I hit the start button.
Oh, we started.
Yes, we have. Yes, we have. All right. Welcome to Roll for Effort.
Yeah.
My name is Jason, and we're here tonight with Joe, Park, Damien, and Gary. We are playing Lamentations of the Flame Princess in Bad Moon Session 6, right? Pretty sure it's 6
I think so, yeah. I think we're at 6.
I think so, yeah.
Score has gone MIA. Etienne has died a horrible death. Sorry, Etienne. My bad. And oh, I ramble it. Anyway, if you enjoy our videos, please like and subscribe and tell your friends and do all those YouTube things you hear about from like everybody, because apparently that works.
Do them all.
So just all of them, just do them all. If I've forgotten any, you're smarter than I am. Just go ahead and click all those buttons. You're good.
And thanks for the support, guys.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. It's what keeps us going, because this is not a paid endeavor. So. Yay! Alright, Joe.
Do this.
I've talked enough. I'm done. I'm gonna go home now.
Alright. So, last session, to recap, I feel like I should have like some tunes start up.
There's a little bit of a tune going in the background.
Right?
Yeah. It's like
But,
dark piano.
so... Alright, dark piano, a little bit of rain starting.
Of the princess.
So last week, you guys made your full escape. Kind of under pursuit of mounted guards on horseback. You were able to slip into the woods. You had some help from that same Fae, Trantal Donnell, who showed up and collected Scored. Said that he had need of a dwarf, and since he owned his name, he explained that it was his right to do so. But then to protect his investment. Because he believes he has Minimus's true name. He is unaware that it's actually Minimus's brother. He wanted to protect his investment, so he gave you guys kind of some sort of magical cover, or a kind of pass without trace if we wanted to use actual spell names, to allow you guys to kind of secret yourselves in the woods along the road. You made your way north for a ways, or northeast along the road. I should probably pop us right over to that map. Northeast along the road, into the woods, where you had met up at the or found the refuge of St. Kai, which, funny enough, was a church, and as they explained it, it was one of the last standing monasteries of the Church of the One Light, which happens to be Elric's faith. There you had also met up with a very large warrior named Kreb, who, armed with his hammer and at the beckoning and coming to the aid of the monks there, went out to deal with a root thing that was destroying the hallowed ground of their cemetery. And although it was not killed, it was most certainly chased away. It's definitely evident that root thing will not be coming back to try and make its den here. It's clearly unsafe because you guys beat the snot out of it. And that epic spell failure that turned into like the most wonderful boon. I cannot believe that.
Double health!
Yeah!
That
was really,
one too light.
Right? That was good
when
times.
Epic fails turn into heroic awesomeness, yeah.
Right? And also at those same moments, upon getting to the refuge of St. Kai, one of the guards came in and tacked up a bounty, or a wanted poster, looking for the Black Cleric and a Mad Mage for crimes against the crown, apparently an attempted assassination plot against the Lord Brackenwold. Thankfully, the Bishop Barnabas was able to fight them off, though he was severely injured in the fray. But luckily, those sketches were very sketchy, we could say, and very hastily done, so the resemblance was not so great, and there was no way that anybody would pin those pictures with Minimus and Elric. But that was then. And at the end of the evening, you guys got a full bellies and a good night's sleep in beds, so everybody should be back to their full accoutrement of health.
Nice. Oh, I get that last strength point back too. Awesome.
Yep, strength point back. Full run of all your safe casts of magic again, which are always equal to your level.
Right.
Awesome.
And I at the very end of our last session, I did some grandstanding with Minimus where I declared
That's right.
that I've become convinced, divinely convinced, that it is he who must be destined to bring down this Naglord fellow, because why else would the bishops assign me to guard his importance?
That's right. Yeah, and I had a mean retort that night, and I don't quite remember what I was going to say.
Right? More than just a bishop. It was Cardinal Francois
Right,
at the Cathedral
Cardinal.
of All Saints who said you should follow and protect Minimus.
Yeah.
So,
I can understand we're being told that you're going to save the world is like, nah, you're dumb, but, you know.
What I think his response would be, first of all, he'd look at you strange, and then there'd be like this boisterous laugh. And then he'd say, Brer Elric, I believe you are more mad than I, my friend. But if it keeps you on my good side, I'll follow your lead.
Yes, well, we must go forward and find this Valley of the Wise.
Oh, Valley of the Wise Beasts.
Yeah, beasts. That's what I wrote. That's what I meant.
For the other side of that is where you found out the court of the Naglord actually was.
Yeah. I'm sorry, what was the saint's name? I'm crappy note taker. What was
Hey,
the...
Wait, I have that. Saint Kai?
Yep.
Saint Kai,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah, it's spelled key with an E right there in the chat.
Saint of knowledge / lore.
Right.
My spelling of all these names are just so atrocious, dude. I only need a...
Yes.
Like,
I'm taking little subtle notes here throughout the game.
Yes, I'm certain of it. Our path leads to the northwest, to the valley.
I'm actually going to move you guys down just a touch, and I will freehand, give me the color red. Let's make that large so I can just do one little boop.
We have not left the refuge yet, have we?
No. Waking up in the morning, you guys are greeted with a full breakfast. Let me drop that down to the map layer. There we go. You guys are greeted with a full breakfast, which for three of you, Dust, Minimus, and Elric, this was because Elric is a true cleric, and they have not seen a cleric in as long as they can remember. So you guys were granted free occupancy and meals.
Oh,
and
yeah,
Kreb,
they purified all their food and water.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Kreb had earned his stay by dealing with this beast.
The demonic foliage.
Yep. that seems to be, as you guys have kind of known, in the short time you've met him, kind of seems to be his thing. Seeking jobs and taking coin for the use of his maul, because he's always got the hammer.
The devil's weed, yeah.
So yeah, you guys are given full meals through the morning, along with a healthy mug of beer, because that is the time. Like, why would they not?
Part of waking up.
And it is the Kai's Balm, which is the local brew that the monks here at the monastery make. Kai's Balm, as it's known.
Awesome.
So here we are in the morning. And you can hear prayers are leading off. There's some of the several chants happening back into the actual temple itself, which is just off of the common room here. So what is it you guys would like to do here in the morning?
It's only right we go in and say a prayer, don't you think?
Yeah, I would be. I mean, I would be in there with them doing.
Jam.
I forgot what they're called. There's actually a specific name for it.
Right.
I learned about it in Catholic school.
Gregorian chants.
Well, no, they have like a very specific book that they read out of for prayers.
Oh, dude, you're gonna get smited by the Great One tonight.
No kidding. Yeah, so I would be in there with them praying, of course, alongside them.
I kind of figured it would be. I didn't want to overstep your character agency and say that you must be in there, but I did kind of figure that you were probably in there. And again, since these are the more sacred rites, the entire thing is spoken throughout. All the I guess it's not technically a sermon, but the ceremonies, I guess, of the mornings are all spoken in liturgic, which is just Latin. So those that don't speak liturgic, it sounds like Greek to you. That was such a bad joke. My bad.
It was good. I'd like to go in there too, Dreamweaver.
Yeah, you're going to be in there. Okay.
Yeah, I would have followed Brer Elric after swallowing a big old gulp of beer, and as we headed in, what I want to do is I cross myself as we go through the door. Is can I do just a quick like stealth a hand to try and grab some holy water? I know I don't need to steal it, but I'm just kind of being like a Jack Sparrow character right now and making my way.
Yeah. I don't even think that's something that you would need to make a roll on.
Okay.
With everybody with their heads bowed in prayer, I think you can just dip a flask and nab some without worry of somebody coming and catching you or yelling at you.
Yeah, so one thing I wanted to get before we left here was a water skin of holy water.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, totally.
Even though I think Elric can make it for us on the road, I don't.
It takes a while to make holy water.
Yeah, it does. It's a 9-day process, right, or something like that.
Is it?
Yeah,
Really?
something like that.
Oh, wow.
Damn.
You have to
All the
You don't just cross your fingers and call it holy.
You
huh?
have to successfully cast a bless spell on it daily for
Really?
9 straight days in a row.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. At the same time every day for 9 days in a row. But I mean, you can do an entire basin. It's not like you're making like a wineskin. Like you can have a fountain made up or filled with water that he's doing it on, and it blesses all of it. But yeah, cool. So and while they're in praying, Kreb and Dust, what are the two of you guys doing?
Dust is not in prayer with the rest of the men. She has awoken very early before breakfast, and she has gone out to gather the most beautiful flowers that she can. She makes a small bouquet. She comes back in and she has breakfast, and she has this bouquet sitting on the table with her. And when prayers are done, she will seek out Friar Thomas, I believe his name was, and she will tell him that though she has no coin with which to pay for the little bit of rice that she has asked to take with her, she would gladly bless him with this beautiful bouquet that she has so thoughtfully picked this morning for him.
Nice. I'm going to give that a good chunky bonus. Yeah, he seems overjoyed. He kind of, he smiles once prayers are done, and he's like, "Oh, these are lovely. I can't believe this. Like, half of the flowers in here are they're perfect for our order. These are things that Saint Kai himself has spoken about in his record keeping. This is amazing. Like, half the ink he uses is made from this here yellow flower. It's one of the pigments that work well with the inks that he uses. I thank you so much. This is a wonderful gesture.
Oh.
Thank you kindly. Peace be with you, Lee.
And a big piece at that.
Good move, bro.
Yeah.
What is the 10 indicative of there?
Oh, a kind of not reaction, but yeah, I guess it is kind of like reaction roll. I figured I would add a modifier to it. So normally it's just a 2d6. It's just a kind of reaction thing. And since he's already on really good terms with everybody, this makes them even better.
Awesome.
Like individually or focused with you.
How much rice was he able to spare?
Oh yeah, so he does have a they were able to find some. It's a sachet or whatever. It's about the size of a fist.
Nice.
Like, I guess that would be like roughly just over a cup of rice that they were able to spare outside of the thing.
Excellent.
And yeah, it's tied up in a small bag. And I like where your head's at going. Nice. All right, and Kreb, what is it that you were doing through this morning?
I'm out and about in town, checking with the local magistrate and seeing if there's any odd jobs needing to be done before I head north. If there's anything that needs to be.
There is not actually a town here. This is literally
This is just a church in a hovel. Okay.
It's just the refuge on the side of the road there.
All right.
It is it used to be, as he had explained, it used to be a stop for pilgrims that were on their way to the Abbey of St. Cloud before it fell or before the Abbey itself fell and the decades set in that turned it into the ruins. But it was about 50 years or so ago that the Abbey fell into disrepair and things just were not good. Or not fell into disrepair, but like the order fell.
All right. Well, knowing that, then I'm going to go and recheck the ground that we had reburied the bodies at and see if it was further disturbed over the night. Follow up on it real quick.
Right. Yeah, it was not. Everything is as you guys had left it. No sign of the return of that root thing whatsoever.
All right.
And you definitely do have a good feeling just from previous, beasts that you have seen to, that this thing was probably startled enough by the amount of beating that it took that you're quite sure it's not going to come back.
Okay. All right. Then I'll head back to the Abbey and get ready. Nice.
All right, and afterwards, after all of the morning things are all set, breakfast, prayers, all of those good things, the flower picking, which was really clever and a nice touch. You guys are all feeling fit and rested and really pretty good, especially with the purity of the food. It just seems to add this extra, like it sits warm and nice in your stomachs. A good feeling of fullness. And you guys are aware that farther northeast, you're told by Father Thomas that it's, since road travel goes pretty quick and easy, you are told that it's probably about 9 miles away, which should more or less get you there in just a couple hours, on foot.
The valley, right?
It's a good stretch of the way.
No, the next town, Prigwort.
Oh, Prigwort.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, and it's right along the road. The road leads directly to it.
Oh, that's right. And the valley was after Prigwort.
Yeah, valley was on the after Prigwort or beyond Prigwort, and on the other side of the Groaning Loch. You were told.
Yeah.
That's right. Across the water. Yeah, so this is a straight shot.
What's that?
Come with us, Crab.
Well, I'm headed that way anyways. I might as well accompany you. The Lady Harmore usually has work for me, so that's always a good place to check. And your destination is just on the other side.
And Kreb, you had actually heard, upon leaving the woodcutters' encampment, that the bakery was also looking for somebody to take care of a problem that she was having, or a woman affectionately known as Mother.
Oh yeah, and where was that at? That's up in Prigwort?
That's actually along the way to Prigwort.
Okay.
At a bakery. You're familiar with it? Like most people in the area, like they are very familiar with all of these kind of, semi-magical cakes and pastries, like some of the best stuff in the land. And it's run by a mother and her 12 daughters, and the establishment is affectionately known as the Baker's Dozen. And everybody just calls the old woman Mom.
Mm.
But you do know it's...
I remember it well.
Yeah, it's probably an hour and a half away.
All right.
Kind of a middling point or a halfway point along the way to Prigwort.
Good place to get food.
Yeah, healing cookies and all kinds of things that people tell stories about.
Crab, I have to know, since you are familiar with these lands,
Yes.
maybe dust to be welcomed in Prigwort, or do you need to hide again?
Well, it depends on what kind of, spectacle she makes of herself.
Yeah, Kreb, you do know. I mean, you've seen a few other elves. You've seen, quite a lot of dwarves. At least half of the council of brewers that kind of not rule but kind of preside over Prigwort are dwarves.
But you'll be welcomed.
Prigwort is also quite friendly to goatmen. There are a few seen here and there that are part of the society there.
Well, what about humans such as we three?
Yep, them too.
Yep, you should be fine.
Outstanding.
Once again,
let us go to Prigwort.
If you're nice to them, they'll be nice to you.
Which I do want to point out, Elric, Minimus, and Dust, from what you heard from the bishop and such at Castle Brackenwold, it seems strange that Prigwort, which, being this close to the castle, seems like it should fall under the duchy. They seem awfully okay with Fae, whereas the castle and the bishop did not.
Ah, that's interesting. Huh.
Excellent.
It's good
So
to know.
find friends.
Aye. The day has destroyed the night, and before the night divides the day, we should leave and waste not our time. I'm ready.
Yes, let us go. Krebs, stick with us. For the church contains treasures of which you cannot imagine.
I'm sure it does.
If wealth is what you seek, then wealth is what you shall have. If not in this life, surely the next, should you follow us.
It'll give me time to get to know you three better.
Alright. Onward, Joe!
All
Get us out of here! We're going!
boom. All right. Drag a bit of that. Oh, you guys aren't even on the right page. Bink. All right, yeah, so just put on the map as you guys move up. I realize it says Prigwort there. That's just where the name label happened to be. It's in the next spot over. So just kind of ignore that.
Oh, good.
Yeah. All right. You see the letters on the ground? It should be right here.
So I take it you guys are not from this area.
Oh, shit, he rolled a 1.
What? What?
It works like this in Baramaze, too.
I don't know what you're talking about.
No,
Crab shows up.
We are certainly not from here, Crab. In fact, we do not know where we are, to be honest.
That is good to know.
Ooh, that's the dungeon. I don't want
Well,
that.
should you guys wish to see it, I do have a map of this region. It might give you better bearings of where you might need to go.
Who knows any good songs? I say while we march, we sing together loudly hymns of the Lord. Let our enemies know that we come.
You can sing to the Lord all you want, but don't give away my position.
And on that note, as you guys are kind of making your way through, oh man, this could be very interesting.
Yep, time to roll up new characters.
No, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. Holy shit, is it that bad? No, it's not
Up to you, Joe. That's totally up to you.
Bro, the one's been rolled. I'm going to start singing with Elric. I don't care.
This little
All
girl
right.
of mine.
I'm
Be
gonna let
not
it.
afraid, ye soldiers of the light! Onward we march! Take all the front!
Oh man, that's awesome. All right.
Bellowing at the top of my lungs through the mysterious woods.
So,
Nothing possibly could go wrong.
I'm gonna
Kind
head
of-
back.
kind of moving somewhat just off the side of the road, as the morning rain kind of starts to pick up. Pick up. This, light rain kind of seems to be falling through the wood. Nope, it's raining. You notice up ahead, following along the road the same direction as you guys, this kind of humanoid thing with kind of a shaggy mane, it looks like. And it's just kind of wandering half into the woods, Seems mostly like a traveler from what it looks like. The clothes are shabby and kind of droopy a bit. There's a wide brim floppy hat. And that's it. It's just kind of meandering along its way ahead of you guys.
Ahead of us. Oh, okay. He's in front
Now,
of us.
as a traveler of these roads, do I happen to know of this?
Possibly. Give me, I guess, call it an int check. Yeah, tell us D20 plus your int modifier, just be a 12. So I was trying to think if a skill would work for that.
Wouldn't be bushcraft. This is like weird.
Yeah, bushcraft wouldn't work.
Yeah.
It seems vaguely familiar, but you're not 100%.
How far ahead is he?
Am I getting a danger sense from this?
Not necessarily. No, you don't necessarily have like that pit drop in your stomach kind of a feeling.
All right.
More of a passing curiosity. But I would say he's probably about 30, 40 feet ahead of you guys, just kind of slowly meandering, or trudging. Yeah, it's almost a thing that the coloring of his clothes and just how kind of frumpy and I guess saggy or shaggy that it looks. You almost feel like you could have gotten closer to him before you even noticed him. Were it not for the rustling of leaves, you would not have seen this thing.
Are any of the colors this creature wears yellow?
Nope, they're all kind of like dirty browns. Looks like maybe at one point the baggy sleeve shirt might have been a very vibrant, kind of a dyed green, but it's just kind of filthy and it's soggy from the rain. Not quite sure. Maybe there's a little moss growing on it. Or mildew or some such.
Elric, be at the ready. I'll go ahead and walk up to
Blessing
him.
ward.
Yeah.
There you go. Brave warrior. Less dusk, you know what this might be.
All right.
Me?
Yeah.
So my question for Mythweaver, as far as that is in all of my teachings from Adelshade, would he have ever spoken of a traveler such as this on this side of the Veil?
Not potentially, but give me a charisma roll. Charisma
Okay.
plus your modifier against the 12.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Roll.
You are definitely feeling. I mean, it's strange. It's not something you noticed from where you had come from, but in this place, things seem to be strange, and you're noticing kind of this same feeling of an aura or a presence, if you will, similar to that of when Trental Danel was around. And you're kind of getting that kind of vibe or emotional, I guess, conveyance off of this thing trundling ahead. And it's pretty reasonable to assume that this perhaps might be another fae of some kind.
Dust will hail it and say, "Oi, traveler."
It turns around. Oh, good day, good day, good day. And it tips this floppy hat. And as it turns around, you kind of notice that it's very vaguely humanoid and has a kind of slack-jawed, real droopy-jowled kind of look. Crab, you immediately recognize it as a Mogglewomp. You've heard stories. Many people have heard stories. They're kind of rare and greatly feared demi-fae species found throughout Dolmenwood. The terror of the stories that you know about is that they're kind of generally a parasitic thing that preys upon mortals in their dwellings. And this one, seeing it wandering, you're quite sure that it is more of the wandering variety.
So am I getting a sense from my knowledge that this would be a bad thing to run into?
Potentially, all of the stories you have heard about how much people fear these things, about how they feed off of the hearth and home and the possessions of different peoples that live, especially humans, that they prey off of their homes and hospitalities. Essentially, like a parasite, taking over until they remain. Just some of the horror stories you have heard.
Okay.
There's a lot of fear associated with them. From what you know.
Treating you this morning, old man.
Oh, it's going quite all right. Quite all right. Rain's coming a bit sideways down this morning. Hey, any of you fellows enjoy a good strong cup of tea?
I don't know if we have time for tea, but we could probably give you a little bit of rations if you need some food to get you through the day.
Yes, hello, traveler.
I'll take some of your tea there.
Oh, I have no tea of my own. I was hoping maybe you would invite me in. Back to your homes. We could come inside and have a nice tea, a warm sit down. Perhaps. Aye, governors.
I am afraid my homes are homes of the Lord, sir. I do not own property of my own.
We are homeless. It's quite embarrassing.
I call the road my home.
They call me Elric.
Surfer of couches.
And your name, sir?
Oh, I can't really say I'll remember's mine. It's been a long time wandering.
That is a strange thing. Perhaps I can help you with that.
I was driven from me home.
Where's your home at?
Oh, I can't rightly remember where it was. Been wandering a long time. Trying to find my way back, I am trying to find my way back.
Back to where?
Back to my home.
Well, if you don't know where it is, how can you find it?
That's why I'm wondering. I'll stumble across it at some point. Would be nice to be invited in next to a fire. Maybe have a nice cup of tea, have a good warm sit down, eh?
You're very assuming, sir.
You know, there's an abbey just behind us a few miles. You may find respite there.
No, large stone building. Too cold. Drafty. Expecting coin. I've not got much of that.
Well, if you got a willingness to work, they'll find something for you to do to earn your board for the night.
Or you could give your life over to the light and join them. Then you would not have to worry about coin and could help provide for the establishment.
It certainly would be much easier to find your way in the light, would it not?
Oh, it's plenty bright out here. I just wandering, kicked me out of my home is what happened. I can't quite remember where it was exactly. I'll find it if I just keep moving. Say, any of you gents like to offer an old man a cup of tea? Have a nice sit down in front of a fire?
It is still morning. We shall surely not break for fires until the evening, good sir. But I will share my water with you.
There you go. Offer him something.
I'll offer him my rations, basically.
There you go. I was going to offer him wine. You beat me.
Yeah, so you're offering him some food and water?
Yeah. I take pity on the travelers.
The Corinthian spirit. We take care of each other on the road.
Yeah. And I did a reaction die thing, and I rolled an 11, so I think I like this guy.
I was wondering what that was.
He's got a pet. Yeah.
Yeah, so you gave him what did you give him, Melrick? You gave him this water and something like a day's ration?
Yes.
Okay. Well,
I know to fast for days at a time anyway, so it's all good.
All right. So yeah, happily, it looks very man-shaped, but you can kind of see that the hanging kind of swaying in the jowls and the rampant kind of the way the mane grows through, that it's clearly not quite human, and it gladly accepts the water and starts eating some of the rations immediately. Seems to kind of just I like devour them beyond what normal consumption would be? Like, isn't it sitting down and eating the entire day's rations all in this one sitting?
My, you're a hungry fellow. Well, we must be off.
Well, enjoying a nice sit down and some tea.
Yeah, I mean, Joe, I don't know that we would stop. I just want to keep going.
Yeah.
I'm getting kind of the don't invite this guy into anything vibe. I'm more than happy to give him some food. And
I would do him a service if he really wishes to know his name.
You guys keep moving on, or?
I whisper something into Eldrick's ear.
Ah.
I have a question for you, nameless one. Appears that I've been destined to slay the Nag Lord. You know who the Nag Lord is?
Oh,
And mouthful of food. I can't rightly say that I do. Once driven out of me home I was. I'm trying to find it and just wondering. It would be great to sit down in front of a fire with a nice warm cup of tea. And it's just stuffing its face with all of this food. And you definitely, you already notice that it seems to be kind of bulking. Like its form is kind of filling out. It's looking maybe a little less droopy. Like the meat is kind of starting to fill out underneath those saggy, kind of floppy jowls as it's haunched down in there.
Hey, nice meeting you.
Not quite sure, but it almost seems like the mane is starting to kind of become a little bit more shaggy, maybe almost bristly. Like the hair is thickening as it's just kind of sprouting through under this saggy hat and just devouring this day's worth of rations.
I give him my toad skin mushroom.
Alright, this is totally Two-Faced, but
Kreb is going to grab his mallet, stand up, and be like, we got to keep moving. We have a long way to go.
I wish to help this fellow. I shall help him remember his name. And, you're all like taking like, oh fuck, what is he gonna do? I wish to attempt to cast command, Joe.
All right.
Early morning, bro. You should. But yeah, the light should be well within you.
Yeah.
Right?
I will do you a service, old man.
A server.
Not a good spellcasting roll. Yeah, so I attempt to cast command, and I ask him, dig deep, try to remember your name. May the Lord bless you and bring your name to your lips.
All right, and as you're kind of trying to coax this out of him, you sadly don't feel the light as strongly. Perhaps it's perhaps it's the strange nature of this thing. But to the terror, how many of these do I have? I guess.
How many do you have? What kind of question is that?
No, I was going past unused cards. My mistake. I mean, not cards. Why would I be saying cards?
Foreshadowing.
But to the horror as you're watching, the kind of soft elderly eyes are just instantly shifting before your face there as you're standing and watching. And
ready yourselves.
we don't need my timer die up there anymore. Turning themselves into like these kind of large yellow saucer-like kind of eyes, and you can see fangs already beginning to like dig deep out of the lips, kind of, you know, just snarling out in a kind of grossness. Claws are beginning to kind of like erupt from his fingertips, and the legs, you know, underneath these strange trousers that you saw, the legs just kind of tear through it and separate out into a four-legged kind of thing. Oh, my bad, not into a four-legged thing. Its back starts arching, and it becomes more of a four-legged beast, crawled up onto its haunches. I'm trying to read as I go. My bad. Downside of not prepping.
We're screwed.
Yeah, but you see this thing kind of like just immediately going, and this bulk that it has become seems to be that roughly of a lion, more or less, in this incredibly rapid amount of time. And
Everyone, quick! At arms! He is possessed by an evil spirit!
Dear God, Elric,
Right.
what was in those rations?
He is the evil spirit.
What did you feed him?
right?
Those rations were holy and pure, I assure
You
you.
must get rid of all of your rations now. They're tainted.
Foolishness. If this thing had evil within it, perhaps it was sparked by the purity of our rations.
No, you must trust the empirical method. This is direct observation. Trust me.
Yeah, and crap, this is exactly kind of the thing that preying on the hospitality of others that follows like those fears that you have heard about, that you really shouldn't feed the wild creatures. The parasitic nature that they hold kind of pushes them to consume and kind of take over those what have or destroy and consume those what have reached out and given it charity. Generally it is homes, but feeding it on the road seems to be just as dangerous.
Yeah.
So we'll use this spot. Let me just grab a random ICRPG monsters.
Random.
See, you should use one of my tokens that I sent you.
Yeah.
Right? I haven't loaded them up yet. I totally should. I totally should have.
That's why I made them, was for this exact kind of, like,
That's perfect.
yeah.
Right?
But big, right?
I know this is exactly like the time that it would have been perfect. I forgot I hadn't loaded them yet. My bad.
Oh, no, it's not really bad. Is he blocking the road, or if we ran the direction of the town?
It is kind of in that way. Should probably get everybody pulled over on the road. Oops. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of there in the road now, as it were. We'll give ourselves a little more road right now. All right. Oh boy. Oh, okay. All right. So, my bad. I had a little stall out there. So, it is apparently entering combat.
Yeah.
Initiative?
Oh, got it right here.
Oh, that's right.
Cards. All right.
Come on, heart of the cards.
And Dust. You are up first, sir.
We must exorcise this evil from this poor man.
Dust pulls her trusty sachet of rice out of her pocket, takes a handful, and throws it down in front of this thing.
Oh,
Good call. That
nice.
sounds freaking deep Fey knowledge there, babe. Let's do it.
Right? So I said, as soon as you're asking for it, I was like, oh, that's good. That's good.
I know it, yeah.
I figured that's what it was for too, but
The stop to counting, right?
no.
Right?
But would that affect
Alright.
you?
Count so fucking
Is the
fast.
question.
Oh, he's the one what did the throwing.
Yeah.
Well, but
and
would Elric stop and just start staring at the ground?
I mean,
Oh, they're wasting food.
it might be like staring at the ground of like, what did he throw out? Is it going to change into something? Is that how he called his wolf? All right, so
Brains are there.
what do we have? 3. So let me roll. Oh, I gotta reset my dice thing here. And dink. Oh, so far it seems it seems resistant to it. It's noticing it, but it looks back up.
Yeah,
Crab next.
This is why you don't feed strangers. And I take my hammer and bring it down on its head.
There's no more love, only war.
In the wild woods, you take care of yourself. Am I adding my melee to this? Correct?
Yeah, if you're doing a melee attack, most certainly.
Okay.
Your full melee bonuses.
Oh!
Whoa! We got a blunder.
I'd like to use my hero coin. I have 3 from the last campaign.
Warp shell.
Warp shell that saved up. Yeah. Keldo step through, hands me a few. Yeah.
Yeah, so you
was not standing next to him. I just would like to point that out.
yeah, totally. I mean, all that's really happened is Dust kind of threw Rice out. Nobody has moved forward to engage it except Crab.
I flipped on the rice, of course.
Yep.
No.
As you swing out, the thing kind of just barely jumps to the side, and you bury the heavy weight of that maul into this soft earth. It's been raining for a good hour now, and it's buried in. And as you go to yank it back, you can feel it. It's a bit stuck. It will take a whole action to wrench that sucker free.
Okay.
So true, man.
An hour, Jesus.
No, a whole action. It'll take an
okay.
action.
A whole hour?
It's been raining for an hour.
I can dig pretty good.
Yeah, it's been raining for an hour, and the muscle behind his swing just half buried this thing.
Yeah.
Next up are Mugglewomp.
Mugglewomp.
And Kreb, I hate to say it with you, or Kreb, with you right there, it lashes out with one of those just nasty looking claws.
Oh my
And
god!
follows up with a second. The first one definitely connects.
Alright.
As it rakes in, does 3 damage to you, and kind of swats you back. You kind of go slipping and sliding in the mud back a little ways.
Thank God our
Only 3 damage though.
Critically succeeded last game, and I've got an immense amount of hit points to work with now.
All right. And next up, Elric.
Okay. I move kind of towards the back. Well, I moved to guard Minimus, is what I meant to say. And
You're slipping.
And that actually screws me over because I was gonna do. No, I can't do that. So I'm gonna move up.
What you gonna do, man?
I'm gonna move up and touch Kreb on his back and try to cast heroism.
There you go.
Nice.
Again.
Attempting to hit, huh? Oh God!
Oh no!
Oh, thank God I haven't taken any damage yet.
None of us are taking damage yet!
Yes! Roll 11! Please roll 11! Oh, roll 11!
You know what's on the 1? We'll treat this like the risky cast. So make me a save versus magic.
That's not gonna go well.
No,
Guys.
cast a save versus magic, or we're gonna let this miscast.
Jesus.
Because it should be dangerous. Like, this feels so awful.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
level
balance
15
it out
cleric
after
save
that.
is a 15, so...
Yep. But the save versus magic, I believe you can add your intelligence to that as well?
Yeah, it's a 9.
I promised my wife I
So,
wouldn't die.
not very smart.
You know, the physics of the universe hinge on the mean.
Oh!
Divine!
Jesus, Scranton!
All right.
Man of extremes. Elric goes X.
Right? Yeah, well,
What are my hit points now?
no, like, the spell
Quadrupled.
does not go critical mass.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Totally safe. Next up is Minimus.
Minimus is going to step back and in the fray, just go to the last thing he did that found success. I'm going to cast a dig. Et perte sub sensus janue. and I'll try and drop this beast into the pit with my new trick that I've learned.
Nice.
Yeah. So spell attack here at the +2. What am I hitting? What's my target?
Just beat the 12 because you're
12?
not actually attacking its armor class.
Gotcha. Come on, baby. Ooh. All right. 30 by 30.
Yeah.
I mean 10 by 10.
Yeah, this 10 by 10 foot pit just opens beneath this thing.
Problem
And,
is, full disclosure, if you're next to the pit, and I guess you'd have to be, I think you have to make a save. Here, I'll pull it up for you. So,
Yeah,
now,
that's what I was just looking at there.
any being that comes within 1 foot of the opening of the pit must save versus paralyzation to avoid falling in.
Let's drink that in. Yeah, which I think. No, Kreb was knocked back when the thing cut him, so nobody is actually right there except for the beast.
Okay.
And
my hammer.
yeah, but since it's open right there,
No.
the earth kind of piles around the outside of this pit. It has no choice but to literally fall inside that. Like, there's nothing it can do to stop it. It's only 10 feet, so roll me that d6 falling damage.
D6. Right in the mean.
Ooh, nice. Nice. All right.
Out some Latin there, sir.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah.
All right, and Mogglewomp is up again. It spends its action digging those claws deep into the walls of the pit and leaping its way out.
No problem, huh?
So,
Badass.
right, that's the end of that round.
Nice pit.
Quick shuffle. Yeah,
like
and already you can see there's there's a good chance that with this wet earth, everything's saturated by this rain, plus being under the cover of tree, this ground doesn't look like it's ever maintained a state of total dryness just from the thickness of the woods. It's a reasonable assumption that, like you'd seen before, at some point that hole is going to fill itself in, or it's going to slip and fall back. And first up, Elric.
Fuck. Might have made it worse.
Only if you get close.
Oh crap! I refuse to do the same thing twice. So this time I am. I'm gonna move to guard Minimus, right, and kind of put myself between him and the beast. And this time I'm gonna attempt to cast command again, because that's how we do.
That's right. If it does not work the first time, try again.
Actually, command or fear are more appropriate.
All right. Well, I will say, just to kind of put it out there, you kind of know that if the creature is not intelligent, that command could be misconstrued.
Okay.
He seemed intelligent, but now he's pretty
for what I want to do, actually, I think the whole remove fear, but the opposite, right, would be more appropriate.
Right, a cause fear.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you do know, as far as command, that the creature kind of needs to understand your language, and it's questionable whether or not this thing understands language at this point.
Can you do the opposite of your spells, Elric? Is that something that's part of the cleric kit?
Only some spells, but yeah, some spells I can do the opposite.
Can you poison the food you just put in his belly?
Maybe.
You wouldn't do that.
No, I don't think I would do that.
I know you wouldn't do that.
Yeah, you would. This is an unholy abomination. You totally no.
Can't use poison, man.
All right, so you're attempting to cause fear?
Yeah, I'm attempting to cause fear. But if I'm being honest, this is going to put me in danger because I'm going to have to approach the beast and actually touch it to
Oh, wow.
pieces.
Really? To cause fear? Oh, shit.
Yeah, it's a touch spell. So yeah, I will jet forward in a moment of heroic stupidity and and reach out and attempt to cast Cause Fear.
Reach out and touch someone.
The opposite of remove fear. I'm basically shouting, I am a servant of the holy light! You will not pass!
You will spend eternity in
But little did I know that he's an atheist and doesn't give a damn about my religion.
Oof.
I fucking hate this game and my spells. I should never be allowed to play Spellcaster again.
You are bellowing and screaming at this thing, and it doesn't seem to even comprehend as you run up to try and swat it, but you're not feeling like that touch of the light within you.
It's been nice knowing you guys.
Crab.
Seeing the creature distracted by Elric's heroicness, I let go of the handle, grab my crossbow, level it out, and try to staple this thing to a tree.
Nice.
By a hobo monster. All right, so
Hobo monster.
The large bolt of your crossbow, because you've got the heavy crossbow, right?
Yeah, this is a 1d8 and some damage.
So the large bolt just seems to part through the mane of this thing, missing the body, and thunk, a hard, solid chunk into the tree behind it.
So no damage?
No damage. It was a miss.
Oh, I thought it was a 12. Oh, this is what's his AC? Oh, we don't know.
Yeah. AC,
I thought I had to hit 12 also. You okay, Jason?
Yeah, AC is a 14. The 12 was for the spells not affecting the AC.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah, but Dust, that's you up next. And on your turn, I got to make that roll again. Oh man. Yeah, it still seems to not be concerned with the rice yet. But you can see its eyes do keep flicking at it, but it seems to be resisting.
Is that rice? How many grains on it?
Is it?
When I'm done killing these fuckers, I might count it.
I think my audio glitched. Is it my turn?
Oh yes, it is.
Okay,
Sorry about that.
Right. Actually, no, I think it's my audio. Dust sees Elric unsuccessfully try and cast something on this creature. She actually feels pity for this creature, and calling upon the eldritch knowledge inside of her brain, she will cast Shades and attempt to bring its realist terrors to life.
Oh. Whoa.
Bring me to
So
Fear.
That's right. This is the new spell, isn't it?
So what? You showed its nightmares?
You guys can see him too. If
you show everybody its nightmares. Awesome.
Oh my god.
Not only are they shown, but they are presented with a nice little bow and a package.
The spell fizzles. Dust looks at her hands like, fuck. and she will back away closer to Minimus.
Ooh.
Yeah, we might need double dragon.
Yeah, right. Right. And
We'll go back to
Mogglewop is up.
Minimus just needs to summon a Rasengan, right?
Yeah.
Open hand slap. Yeah.
And the Mogglewop kind of growls out and swings those massive paws out towards you there, Elric.
Yep. Yes!
Fun.
Ooh, thunder!
Oh, no, it's
falls in the
2
hole.
swipes. So that the 18 probably hits.
Yep.
Yeah, and the 1, I'll describe that here in a sec. Ooh, shit.
Damn.
It bats you for 9 damage, kind of rakes through part of your chest, and swats you back just from the forest a couple feet.
Alright, still up.
Yeah, it's yeah. Whew, thankfully you're still up. The other one,
double
the
health.
one, it tries to follow up, almost like it didn't recognize that its first one connected and threw you back a bit. It tries to follow in and just slams those claws of its second paw into like this rock on the side of the road, and chips out and breaks some of those things. So we're going to apply a point of damage to it from that.
Huh.
For that roll of a 1. Because 1s are terrible.
All
Alright, Minimus.
Man, that's fucking crazy. All right, so Minimus is going to step this way to put himself in a position that's has the pit in between him and this. Unbutton his Billy Bones jacket and reveal his flintlock, pull it out, and level a shot.
Nice.
Yeah. So, what would be my bonuses on that, Joe? I'm kind of confused on the armor bonuses I get from that. It's just
well, what it is like you still roll with your normal ranged bonus, and that applies to your D20.
Right.
But on my end, I take 5 off of its armor class because of the armor penetration of the weapon that you have.
That's how I thought I understood it, but wasn't quite sure.
So from a 14 minus that 5, you only need to roll a 9 to hit the thing with that shot.
All right. Well, I level this thing off. Make sure my my primer's packed and ready to go, and bang! Oh! Just missed. Are you fucking kidding me?
The tree just behind the thing erupted in a blow of splinters.
Right next to that car cobalt.
Right? The thing does startle and kind of jump a bit as this loud crack kind of echoes through the wood.
That's out of the picture. All right. I'm out of anything offensive.
Right? And Mogglewomp is up. I hate to say it, but I think with that loud crack, it kind of sees you as the larger threat at the moment.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah, so it circles its way around, and I think only has a chance to do 1 swipe.
Okay.
17?
That'll hit. Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh, shit.
Oh, 1.
Oh!
It just kind of barely nicks you as you kind of fray and throw yourself back away from this thing as it comes charging around.
Oh, I'm not moving. I'm kicking his ass into the hole. I'm kicking him in the hole. In the ice hole.
And speaking of the hole, oh shit! I just noticed that. I'll have to look that up. You might be right, Crab. I might have messed that up there.
If we missed it, we missed it.
Right? It'll be added on. I'll double check that.
Yeah.
We'll go with that. But speaking of the hole is up. It begins to collapse and fill back in with this soft earth. So I think Minimus and the Beast, go ahead and make that Dex check. Or you could what did we use last time? The AOE save, if that's better to
what kind of save?
Breath
Hold in.
weapon.
Yeah, save against your breath weapon. It's that kind of area of effect.
Okay. Yeah. To beat the 12, right?
Or whatever your save is there.
Saving throw.
Well, saves are pretty high at the low level, so I'm going to try and beat the 12 without any mods.
Ooh.
And I missed. Live by the hole, die by the hole.
Right? Oh, whoops. Hey, it wasn't supposed to happen. Actually, I could do this to back. Yeah, so you slip in, but again, this is just, you kind of tumble in with the loose dirt. You're still kind of on top of the dirt, but your movement is going to be taken up, climbing to your feet as you kind of tumble down into this now shallowed pit. I mean, it's not like a climb to get out of it because the walls basically caved in of the soft dirt.
Yeah, maybe I'll be protected down there. He'll forget about me in the hole. I don't know.
Yeah, you can smell like that deep earthiness of the loamy soil. As the beast kind of snarls, springing away on the outside edge. And I'm just trying to fill in while I shuffle. Kreb.
Love it.
I'm seeing how my hammer's still kind of buried in the dirt, correct?
Actually, with that pit, I think there's a fair chance that it would be loosened.
All right.
Call it on a D6. If it's high, it's loosened to easily pick up.
Whoa!
It's kind of
It's still in there.
kind of stuck.
Good.
All right. Well, I'm going to use that as leverage to put my hand down to give Minimus something to grab to get out of the hole.
Oh, there you
Nice,
go.
nice.
That's cool.
Take my hand.
Oh yeah. All right, that will negate any loss of movement for you there,
All right.
Minimus.
Oh, so as I'm sliding, I'm grabbing his hand, right? Is that the deal?
If you want to use it to get up out of
Oh. Got it. Sorry.
yeah, and Gary, you are right. It's that last shot should have hit. They do ignore
Got
4 points
Okay.
of AC heavy.
I was like, I knew there was a reason I took this thing.
Right? My bad, dude. That was
No
that
problem.
was my blunder.
I had it noted. I was like, wait a minute. All right. No
All right.
problem. No problem.
And Minimus is up.
Yeah, so I guess I will attempt to climb out utilizing the help of my team member Kreb there.
Yep.
So
Your
what was
light.
that? You want a strength or dexterity or
Oh no, none of it. With his help, you're easily
Okay.
able to, get pulled right out. No
Oh, nice.
cost for the movement, so you can still do your move and action, as it were.
Okay, well at that point I can do several things, but I'm gonna pull myself out and probably seek cover over by Elric right there.
Okay.
And then start fumbling around. I'm gonna pull out my cutlass at this point and prepare for the next round.
All right. And the
Thanks, Kreb.
Mogglewomps up, and it just goes tearing across that shallow pit, straight towards Kreb, the largest thing there. Only gets one chance to paw with moving that far. 16.
That does hit my 14 armor.
Ooh.
Damn it! Hey, a 1.
Oh.
I've been
And-
hardened by the cold winters in this area.
And Dust, you are up. Let me go ahead and give its roll. Oh man, it is ignoring that rice.
Holy shit.
Its belly is full.
Yeah, you got fed it.
That's it.
Dust drops to one knee, and with all all the strength within her mind, she attempts to focus and cast shades once more.
You can do it. Come on, guys. Oh man.
Oh.
And Dust will
Fucking
move
nice.
over here.
Yeah, perhaps something with the nature of this demi-fae that's messing with you being able to pull this magic ahead, or it could just be with these new concepts that you're trying to pull out from what Adalshade had taught before. That it's just something might be eluding you.
I've got one word wrong.
Single, yeah, and Elric.
Oh, choices, Joe, choices. Minimus, you must bring to bear your considerable magical talents against this beast. It's the only way. Lord, please bless Minimus and bring him the courage that he needs, and the strength, and blah blah. And I'm going to cast Bless on Minimus.
Bless me, O Lord, for I have sinned.
Yay!
Hey! Cool.
All right, there's one.
So 1d6 plus my caster level, which I guess is 3? No, 2. I'm level 2.
Yep.
C. I'm level 2. We'll get there. So 5. You have 5 points of bonus that you can apply to anything.
Yeah, anything except damage.
Anything except damage, and
Yep.
I'll
To hit saving
comment.
throws, checks, surprise checks, anything you desire that requires a roll, except damage.
Well, okay. I'm sorry to break from the rhythm here. How would that affect common activities?
Like if you need a 6 and you roll a 3, use 3 points, and now you have a 6.
Oh, okay. Okay, so
Got
5 individual points I can slot into any.
Yep.
That's cool.
Anything.
It's almost like an auto succeed. That's nice.
Yeah, anything except damage.
I'm fixing our roll
Please,
problem here,
Rare
damn it.
Craft a new spell.
Do you have to say before or after you do the action?
Oh, you can call it out. I'm cool with that.
All right.
Oh man.
Awesome.
Spellcraft?
All right. And
Unforeseen consequences.
Yeah, he's in a completely new realm with different magics to tap into. He might accidentally cast a spell.
and next
That
up
would
is
be
the
fun.
Moggle Womp again.
And
And
it rises.
I think
Oh,
one of the
geez.
shots is coming at you there, Kreb.
Yep.
A 19. Oh man.
Jeez, this thing
Or
can hit
1
me.
damage.
Oh, nice.
Tears around at the professions of the church to take a second paw there at Elric, just behind you.
There's no way I can step in between that.
Ooh. Yep. With that one, you certainly you're able to step in between and kind of
Body check it.
body
Yeah.
check the thing out of the way and throw its hit clean off. So actually, I think if you want, I'll go ahead and let you take a free swing.
I don't have anything but my fists because my hammer's still stuck.
Hey, free swing with the fist. Still add your melee.
So I'm at melee. All right.
Yep. So it'll do a D3 if you
Nope.
hit. Yeah, but it does disrupt it enough to stop it as it's pawing at Elric there.
All right.
All right, and Kreb, you're up.
I'm gonna take a moment to wench my hammer out of the ground.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, hammer is
I'm gonna
free
hit this thing.
back in your hands.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll take this turn to do that. Yeah.
Awesome. And Dust, back to you, sir. Bam.
That's more like it. Dust. I hate to spam this shit, but I'm just gonna do it. I want to cast this.
Yeah.
Right? No worries, man. No worries.
Because when it hits, it'll be a doozy.
Get us out of
Fuck,
trouble,
man.
man.
I cannot make it happen.
Oh man.
Oh, dude. Dang.
Yeah, that is a gnarly spell too. I want it to succeed.
I did too, man. I can't hit a 12. Terrible.
Right? Yeah, you still can't seem to get the thing to go, but I do need to. Oh man, yeah, it is. That rice is kind of lost on it.
Ah.
That is a bummer. Damn rolls. Oh crap! Moggle Womp again. It's coming back in. It's got the two of you guys right there. It's one at Elric. Shit.
Nice.
And one at Kleb.
Mm.
That misses both.
Yeah.
Nice.
Elric, I will give you that same chance. It rolled a 1 coming at you. I'll give you that chance to react to it, if you will.
I'm gonna go with the sword
Or
swipe.
if you'd like to. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, gee, Nike.
Early diver.
Anna. Second one, right?
Yeah, this one's on a full-on attack, though. Yeah. Damage it up.
All
Draw
right.
both those dice.
So 2d8 or double? Double damage.
Oh, no, that's right. We decided double, right?
I
Okay.
think we did, man.
All right.
Yeah. Double away.
So 6.
Oh.
All right. Damn. The thing definitely is starting to look really hurting.
Yeah. I didn't think
You
I tried to
bloody?
hit it. It just fell on my sword because I'm so holy.
Right? And
Hey, I made the biggest hole here yet. Come on.
and Elric, that's your that's your round here up next.
Oh, I'm next?
Yeah. You have the spirit.
Oh, man. Please, Lord, give me the strength to repel this creature! And I'm going to attempt to cast Cure Light Wounds, because the cleric's job is to keep himself alive, number one.
This would be the Lord's wish.
There we go.
There it
Hey,
is.
yeah.
All right.
Boom. Sylvester.
So 6 plus my D6 plus my level, right, Joe?
Yep. D6 plus level.
Yeah. Nice. 5. Thank you.
Nice. All right. And that's your second successful cast.
It is.
Doesn't matter.
It is. So I'm out of safe cast.
Okay.
All right.
Time to
And
get
Minimus.
dangerous.
Minimus.
Oh, okay. Minimus, having brandished his cutlass, will saunter to the left, I guess, of Elric here, and exclaim, "Sometimes the only way to get to the truth is to cut right through the bullshit!" And swing down his cutlass. I don't have any super awesome bonuses here, so it's a straight 20 shot.
All right. Well, you got 5 points you can add.
I'll add +1 to hit that.
Right? That's what I was going to say. Like, it needs a 14 for the AC. So adding a 1 definitely hits. Roll up some damage.
I'm feeling inspired by the one true Lord here. Hopefully he'll carry this inspiration into the pragmatic matters of...
This thing does not handle penetrations.
So
too
close. Like, that was a third of what he had left.
Damn. How long does that bless spell last? Do we know?
Until you use them up.
Yep. All right, and the Mugglewomp comes back up, or back around. And where's my 2d6? Oh, it got lost in my last 10 rolls. All right. Holy crap.
Whoa.
This thing is sticking around. Yeah, so it immediately takes a paw right back at you there, Minimus.
Bring it.
A 10.
That's a miss.
All right, and its second swipe is going back towards Kreb, who seems like the next biggest threat.
Oh.
19
Sorry, Crab.
for 2.
Slow and steady.
Man, those damage roll.
Yeah.
The 2d6 roll
Because
was
I'm burly.
It's a morale roll.
Yeah.
yeah, the 2d6 was morale to see if it was going to break and haul ass the hell out of there.
Oh,
I don't
nice.
know. At this point, I'm starting to think we should break and haul ass out of here.
Because that's
is he bloody like half his thing? I mean, you say bloody when he's half, right?
oh yeah.
Yeah.
The morale roll happens when it's half or below, and that last. I mean, it took like a pretty gnarly strike from Elric there, which changed things for it.
Cool.
But yeah, Elric, you are back up, sir. It seems pretty resolute that it is going to stay and hopefully devour you guys at this point. Like, it seems, I mean, the hairs are all standing up. It's battered and bloodied, but it's...
And it don't give a shit about rice.
Yeah.
Well, you can ask him.
I take and I put my sword on top of my shield, and I run to ram it, basically.
Roman style.
Roman style, exactly.
Hoplite. There you go.
There you go.
Hell yeah. Roll it up.
There you go.
Die, you beast!
Oh, hell yeah. Throw some damage down, sir. 2 or more will do the job.
Oh.
Oop,
Wait.
got the wrong thing. All right, yeah, so... Oop, no, I just want the 2... Club wasn't supposed to go.
Woo, I'm along with it.
In the hole with you.
You drive into this thing. Freaking, hey, come on. To the front. You drive into this thing, burying your shield and slamming into that pit. Utterly, like, thrashing this thing. What does that look like as you crumple and fell this beast?
I think it's like a stab through its neck. And as I'm running it through the shield, I mean, it's all the way through, like, it hits the other side of the pit, and the tip of my blade sinks into the earth behind it, straight through it. And I'm, like, on the ground, still kind of holding it down as its death rattles, come into play.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah,
Huge. Lion bane head.
right.
Nice. Yeah.
Badass. Nice job.
And the thing maintains that same kind of feral form.
Huh.
Strange enough.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Huh.
Awesome.
So he wasn't carrying anything significant, right? It wasn't like he.
Well, we're about to find out.
So
Yeah.
as I say, are you searching it? Combat is over there, so we are back into like more of a free form, space. Oh,
Yeah.
actually, before we get into that, we have been running for about the amount of time. You guys want to do a quick bio break?
Yeah.
Yes.
We're running.
Sure.
Man, I was so hoping it was gonna fall on the rice and start counting, or that gate spell was gonna work, man.
Yeah, no, that was genius. That was inspired. But we'll be back.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
After these messages, we'll
Yeah.
be right back.
Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. See you guys next week's day. We'll see you guys next week.